week into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us to their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And his kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
And I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on, but his opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave him 3 points.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's taken in by Duvernay.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
A good start to the drive here. That's caught out on the left side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance. And they got it done.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 2nd and inches, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That play was hard to see. One play goes wrong, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and very long, but they had been in second and inches.
Yeah, I know you like the idea of taking a shot on second and inches, but you can't take a sack for that big of a loss.
That's the one thing you cannot do. They gave it up, and now they're way behind the chains. Good luck with this next play call.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough...
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-3 is your score after 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And in for the Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Jones pass complete to number 3. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This one complete, and the ball comes out.
Jones pass complete.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards. And get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Play action. It's Jackson. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again, Jones able to find Higgins, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Jones. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's the option play now to the left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Second down. Here's an option right. Finding space at the 40. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. From the gun, it's Taylor. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Second down, another run with Taylor. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, it's Taylor. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the option to give to Taylor here. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
It's caught. Smith. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Jones. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw again. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the 1st. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down, another run with Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Baltimore.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and